Okay, so I've installed EXIF tool already, and I've got a terminal window open here, and I've got a bunch of images here on my desktop, and we can look at the metadata on those just to get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a folder open, and I'm going to click on my desktop over here, and you can see up here I've got an icon plus the name up here. That's going to come in handy right away. When you fire up the terminal, by default it goes into your home folder. So if I type pwd, which is present working directory, it shows that I'm in users Miles Murray, which is my account, my home folder. So I can just go cd and then a space, and I can grab this icon, hold it, and then drag it, and it types that path in for me, hit enter, and now I am on the desktop. If I do ls for list, that'll show me all the way too many documents I have on my desktop. So what I can do now is I can use the EXIF tool. There, I'll just clean that all up. That's Command K just to wipe the screen. I can use EXIF tool. I can go EXIF and I type tab, hit tab, and it will find the tool. And that way you know that your EXIF tool is installed correctly. -H is going to show me all the metadata that's there. So I'm just going to grab this one. This is just a screenshot like that. Let's see what it says. So now it pukes out a whole bunch of shite. Oh my god. Okay, EXIF tool, number, file name, directory, file size, modification date, all that sort of business. So right there we've got an idea of our start. Now I can do that, which is kind of cool, instead of doing it for this specific. Go right to the desktop, and the star is a wildcard, so it should take all the PNGs. Boom, and there you go, 8 image files read. So it gives you a lot of information about all those screen grabs and whatnots. And the next step is then to wipe the data from any one of those. Same sort of thing applies to movies. You could do that same sort of thing, only with MOV. I don't know if I've got anything. I got nothing. mp4, and I've got 5. Okay, so I've got some movies on my desktop that I can look at, and we can maybe strip some data from there. Okay, so I've still got these mp4 files, and I'm just going to see if I can flush out all the EXIF data that's in there. So I'm just going to type EXIF, and I hit tab. So I'm making sure I'm getting the right tool. And I found a thing here that shows an example. So I'm going to use that sort of thing. So which tag am I going to switch? It's going to be all of them. So -all equals and a blank space. Then I put in the destination folder, which is the desktop, which I'm already at here. I've already switched into the desktop, so I'm in the right spot. So now I just have to specify which files, and it's /star for every one of them, mp4. So all my mp4 files should have their EXIF stuff erased. I'm crossing my fingers, and 5 image files updated. So now I'll just go through that again, and what you'll see is it's created new copies of the mp4 originals. So your data, the original data, isn't lost anywhere, but it's still there. So you can go back and delete them after the fact or whatever. But now let's do this one, -H, to see what's in there, and we've got a whole bunch of I don't know what. We've got things like create date, modify date. These are at zeros. Matrix structure. These sort of things. The matrix, I wouldn't worry about that. A lot of zeros and stuff. I'm seeing file size. That is just read from the file, so that's not an issue. So everything seems to be pretty much set to 0. Frame rates, these are things that are going to be there anyway, but the identifying EXIF stuff is basically gone as far as I can tell. I'm going to look up a little bit more and read and see what I can find about mp4s, see whether or not there are other places where stuff is stored, which is quite possible, but I'll check that out. But that's just the basics of it. So there's your command. So you have to get into the folder where you have all your files. You hit that command, and it will wipe everything and leave you just with the stuff that can be read out of the file. Like how big is this file? And it's got to tell you that anyway. So there we go. And H will tell you, and you can compare those sorts of things. So that's the basic gist of it. I'll check and see if there's other places, because there's a caveat on one of the FAQs about mp4s having different places where they store info. There you go.